Loathe, two-way mirror, standard tuning method, guitar tabs, and guitar lesson. So this will start with just a really big compounded power chord section here. This is pretty much good for the intro, the heavy chorus sections, and also the verse, but the verse is kind of just like a mellowed out, just a more chilled out version of it. So maybe a little less overdrive, all that stuff. So we're starting with this A compounded E here. So open A power chord. So open A, 2 on the D and G, and then add the open low E. Okay, just plenty of gain there, and throw some reverb on there, sounds good. And we're just strumming right on beat with this. Okay, so just like a measure's worth of this chord down strumming. Alright, and then all we're going to do is just add some bass notes here, kind of switch around. We want to keep this 2 on the D and G. That's kind of like a tone that just carries over. But we want the A 4th fret, because this is switching to like a C sharp vibe here, and we'll add the E 4th fret on top of that as well, so a G sharp on top of it. So it ends up being like a C sharp minor B flat 6, / G sharp. So not much to it, just 4s here on the E and A, 2s on the D and G, and we just strum that out to finish. Okay, then over the top of that, we get this little lead line, and this happens in the intro here, and during the end of the bridge section. And we're just picking through this A sus vibe here. So open A, 2D, 4G. Kind of hold that a moment. Then we do an open D to open A. All right, and then we move over here, kind of this major 7 area of it. We go 1 on the G. Hesitate slightly there, and then we go 2, 1, open A. All right, and then a little quicker, we go the 1, 2, 1 on the G to open A. So we would go through the initial progression for the clean verse, and then we get to this second part of the verse, and this also happens in a more heavier dynamic, so just more overdrive and bigger strumming for this second part of the second chorus. All right, so basically we just kind of shift down a set. All right, we're gonna do like this D major 7 with the A on top, which is basically just open A, open D, and then 2 on the G and B, and we're just strumming at a full measure's worth there, just the same. Okay, keep the top strings here, the 2B, 2G. We'll do the open D, kind of mute the A, we don't really need that, but then we do this F sharp note, so 2 on the E, and we'll just strum that out like that. This F sharp minor vibe there. Okay, back to the first chord, the D major with the A. And now we're going to finish with this B minor 7 look, so 2A, 4D, 2G, 3B. We want to get this high A note here on the 5 of the E, and just to get it even bigger, we'll compound it with doing the 2 on the low E, so the F sharp there. For the bridge, 2 new chords that we just move back and forth with. We'll start with this A major 7 with the E on top. So do the open A, 2D, 1G, 2B, throw the open E on top. Alright, and this B string is pretty much doing, maybe it's a guitar, maybe it's like a synth. It's doing that note, alright? Okay, and we'll have the rest of the chord on top of it, just kind of makes it a big A major 7. Okay, now we want this B minor vibe with the E going. So basically all we need to do is just keep the open E going. We'll do the 2A. You can mute the D, finger just incidentally touching it, muting it. And then we have open G. Okay, it makes it that flat 6 kind of interesting thing. And then we want our synth note that's over the top of it with that 3B. and we just go back and forth between those two chords. And the only other different thing that happens here is the bridge end. We do this kind of just playing on those first two chords that we used for the you know, the intro and all that stuff. So we do our A5 with the E. Okay, the open E, open A, 2 on the D and G, and it's just 1, 2, 3. We hit our C sharp minor with the G sharp there by just adding those 4s like we do. Okay, so kind of a different strumming dynamic here. The 1, 2, 3, 1. And we just hold it, hit it once again, do a quick little open on the E and A, and then we land on this F sharp minor. So 2E, 4 on the A and D, 2G. We go through that a couple times. Second time through, there's like a little stutter between the last two chords.